Coming up on MHS1, we find a way to pay for college.
We explore our school's security.
And we meet a man with an all-star past.
And it's all coming up on MHS1.
Good morning, McKinney High School. I'm Devin McGuire.
And I'm Kevin Osborne, and you're watching MHS1. Hey Devin, did you notice that we're not in our studio today?
Oh yeah, we're getting an upgraded studio so we can be in HD.
I can't wait. School security is vital to keeping everyone safe. Here's Mallory Hauser and Hannah Fisher with the story.
Because of the recent tragedies across the nation, security awareness has been brought into a new light in the McKinney Independent School District. Many changes are being made to ensure students that they are safe when they come to school.
I'm the SRO supervisor for the McKinney ISD in the McKinney Police Department. I supervise the individuals, the guys and girls that actually work in the schools that are assigned to the school as a resource officer.
Last year, MISD has planned to implement an SRO officer at each middle school campus.
We have Officer Bailey, and he's actually new to the SRO program. And so it's not something that's brand new in 2013. We have done that in the past, but I feel like it's a very good thing for middle school kids to see a City of McKinney police officer.
With the school's increasing construction, the administration is addressing security concerns in new parts of the building.
The new part is with the new E-Hall wing. There's been lots of discussion throughout the fall about what do we do during lockdowns, how do we control light, etc. And the district has now determined that we're going to place some blinds in there that will be brought down during any time we have a lockdown or anything like that, but can be raised during instructional time. Another thing that's currently in process this week is some signage on all of the doors reminding visitors that when they come up to our building, they need to go to the welcome den to come in. And there's a sign on the inside that reminds students not to let visitors in, that we can point and redirect them to the front office to try to help access to the building.
Each campus performs lockdown procedures and fire drills, both planned and unexpected. This ensures that both students and staff are safe under any circumstance.
I think, and trying not to pat ourselves on the back, but I think as the McKinney ISD and the McKinney Police Department, as a joint effort, we do a really, really good job of keeping you guys safe.
This has been Grant Holland, Hannah Fisher, and Mallory Hauser reporting for MHS1.
Hey Devin, did you know that one of our administrators was a pro athlete?
Yeah, Mr. Rainey was a Major League Baseball player not too long ago.
Here's Grant and Andrew with the story.
We all know Mr. Rainey as our great administrator, but did you know he played professional baseball?
Earliest memory playing baseball would be my dad pitching to me in the yard, playing with my older brother. In college I played center field and left field, and then when I was in the minor leagues I played in center field. I played for the Everett Aqua Sox, which is in the Northwest League. It's a short season A-ball, which is the team I played for just after I got drafted. Then I played the following season, I played for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, which is low A, and then high A I played for the San Bernardino Stampede. So that was basically in the minor league for 2 seasons. I wanted to become an administrator just because I wanted an opportunity to have a larger impact on a larger number of students. I felt like when I was in the classroom I could reach my kids, but I feel like being an administrator, well, I felt like I would have a greater opportunity to have a larger impact on a larger number of students. I enjoy baseball just by, like I said, watching it and being able to. I'm excited in the spring to be able to go out and watch our McKinney high school teams play. And so just that, I mean, really just getting out and watching the game and seeing kids play, that's what I enjoy and what's fun to me about baseball now.
This has been Andrew Judd and Grant Holland reporting for MHS1.
Here's Emily Brightman with sports.
Thanks, guys. Tuesday night, girls basketball came out on top over Allen 58-53. The boys fell 73-59. Tonight, basketball plays at Boyd. The girls play at 6 and the boys play at 7:30. During halftime of the boys game, both schools will be collecting money for Rudy Zapata and his family. Boys varsity soccer plays tonight at 7:15 in Little Elm. The girls are off until next Friday. That's all for sports. Now back to you.
Paying for college can be very expensive. The MEF program creates many ways that students can be eligible for scholarships. Here's Devin with more on the story.
MEF is a tool to help prepare students for their future.
McKinney Education Foundation started 21 years ago by a group of parents to help find local scholarship funds for McKinney students.
McKinney Education Foundation gives scholarships to a lot of students, and my brother got a scholarship from them, so that's how I know about it.
Only seniors can apply for the MEF scholarships each year, so you do have to be a graduating senior. Range money-wise is going to be somewhere between about $250 up to about $10,000.
The application is found on mmeeff.com.
It's through our database, and so you have to have a login. And once you get that login and you get into the actual application itself, you're going to notice a series of sections that are initially on getting in, they're all marked with a red X, which means that you're not done. As those X's turn into checks, then you're completing the application. All checks lead to you being able to submit. The major parts would be the essay section, the scholarship specific section, and then the recommendation section. Recommendations should come 2 teachers, 1 core teacher, and they want a current teacher, so this year or last year is what they would consider current. And then in the community, so just somebody that knows you really well.
I asked my young life leader to write my recommendation letter because he knows me the best.
Any MEF scholarship can be very helpful in paying for college.
MEF is definitely beneficial for me because I'm a triplet, and so I'm going to need all the financial aid I can get. So if I can get a scholarship, that'll help my mom out a lot.
Every student has a chance. Get your application in on time and before that deadline.
This has been Devin McGuire reporting for MHS1.
McKinney High School is participating in a pilot program known as CBL. Here's Noe Garcia and Ben Tatum with more on this story.
In an effort to further engage students in their schoolwork, Apple's invented challenge-based learning, or CBL, to schools across the country. McKinney High School has been chosen as one of them.
We were told about challenge-based learning through Apple's new educational program in which they're trying to improve students' education through challenging them in new ways. And we were shown a video of students that were able to take an approach of a type of challenge and how they can apply what they've learned in school to coming up with an overall solution and implementing that solution.
In my class, we have to make a review book for the SAT, even though we haven't completely learned everything this year.
Ms. Hughes is also integrating CBL into her art classes.
My idea was, okay, I want you to do a sculpture. You're going to do it with tape. This is how you can create it. You can do just your hands, but if you want to come up with something more, then you can. And that's kind of how I introduced it to him, so I wouldn't say it was necessarily a question.
She showed us different pictures of like what people have done with this idea and stuff, and I think it'd be cool if we like put it around town or whatever and got people to think it was cool, because I think it's cool.
I think they really like it because they took ownership in it, and when they have ownership in it, they're going to care about it. They care about it because they're going to get a grade, but they want theirs to look better than anybody else's because they're all doing it. It's a challenge for them to come up with the best idea.
So far, I think it is very beneficial. I think it's going to challenge the students and stretch their creative thought process, and obviously the overall challenge hasn't been completed yet, and that's part of the process, is learning, can this be successful in even an AP core class like world history.
This has been Ben Tatum, Taylor Hobart, and Noe Garcia reporting for MHS1.
Not everyone can take a quarterback to Morp. Here's 5 reasons you should ask a broadcasting boy.
Hey, Jessup.
Hey, Jamie. How's it? Oh, hold on one sec. Hello? For the last time, I will not go to Morp with you. Oh my god.
Another girl asked you to Morp?
Yeah, there's so many of them. I don't know what it is, but these girls are going crazy over broadcasting boys.
Well, here's 5 reasons why you should take a broadcasting boy to Morp this year. Worried about your pictures not turning out so well? Well, broadcasting boys sure know how to use a camera. Cheese.
very nice.
Oh, can I take a look at that? I'm in broadcasting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just kind of know about this.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a protecting father? Well, your dad will feel much more comfortable if you go with a broadcasting boy.
If you take a broadcasting boy, he can campaign for you and help you win Morph nominations.
Your date may or may not be able to do a backflip. Finally, you won't regret it.
Probably will.
The creator of a popular app, Words with Friends, was just here on campus last week. Here's Christian, Eli, and Duncan with more on the story.
Last Thursday, MHS had a special guest come visit the computer science class. This man was Paul Bettner, co-founder of New Toy Incorporated and creator of the Words with Friends series. But what did the computer science class think of him?
I really liked him just because he made games and left a company that he was well working with and created games that put a smile on people's face rather than making money.
I thought it was really good. Like, I'm really glad he came because over the weekend I actually started learning Android development, and it kind of inspired me to start doing that stuff.
Paul is a very likable inspiration for the game developing community. With his history of work with video games, he has always worked for the enjoyment of gaming and not just the profit of major games. Let's hear his whole story.
So he started with his story of how he worked with Microsoft and then created his own company with his brother. He wanted people to interact in the game, as can be seen in the game Words with Friends and other games. And then he told his story about how his company was about to fail, but then some guy called him and he got money and his company survived. But then he sold it to Zynga. Zynga bought it, and he went on with creating more games for consoles now.
Since Paul is a major player in the game development industry, he knows all about the future of gaming. Andrew Freeman tells us all about upcoming breakthroughs.
Yeah, he also talked about this VR headset that's coming up called the Oculus Rift and the Leap Motion, which is kind of like the Kinect, but it's for your computer and it's more precise. And talked about Google Glasses some, and the Ouya gaming console, and a bunch of other stuff.
This has been Eli J., Christian Schneider, and Duncan Marchesi reporting for MHS1.
Hi, I'm Ben Tatum. You may know me from Jokes with Ben, but today I'm here to talk to you about something really serious. Morp dates. Every year, tens of kids go without finding a Morp date. This is one of them.
Hi, I'm Taylor!
Now, so we're trying to fix that problem for Taylor and get him a Morp date. And as you can see, he's got a killer haircut. He's real modest. And any girl would be lucky to have him as a date. Give thanks.
He works really hard on the PowerPoints.
Give thanks.
Give thanks.
Give thanks.
Give thanks.
This is so awkward.
Give thanks.
Give thanks.
Taylor who?
Dale gracias.
Give thanks for all the Morp dates in your life. Last year, the entire broadcasting staff tried to raise enough money to get Taylor Hobart a date, but it failed. So please, don't let that happen this year. Just come down to room F115, the new broadcasting room, and ask Taylor Hobart to Morp. You'd be doing the right thing.
Well, that's all we have for you today.
For more news, go to mainstreamnews.com.
And remember, if it's news,
And it's at McKinney High School,
It's
it's MHS1.